the real heart of the polls coming on a little later tonight. So let's get started with some of this.
Shape up that
See what
way.
Fox
Don
News is saying here.
Bolduc, the general, got in the race. He's been doing a ton of town halls all throughout the state. Polls in the last couple of weeks suggest that he's pulling close, and that race is getting tight. Right now, it's early. It's early. Only 5% of the vote coming in.
And we talked to Bolduc this week, and he was thinking about what we talked to the governor, Sununu, this week, and he was suggesting that down here around Rockingham County, that Bolduc is going to pick up some of the vote. He might be right about that, but right now it's not showing up.
New
And
Hampshire
again, it's just
for
early.
our,
Check in
for
on
our
that.
audio
Let me go
listeners.
to my home state. Can we now? Let's go to Buckeye State in Ohio. You guys mentioned the governor, Mike DeWine. What's interesting about
J.D.
DeWine, let me
Vance
click this up
versus,
here, is that
DeWine.
when COVID broke out, DeWine really, he locked down the state. He was one of the more forward-thinking governors in the entire country. And you saw what everybody else did in turn. And there was a time there where DeWine was on his back. He was around
Seeing some initial early numbers from districts coming up here. DeSantis still destroying Kristen, Florida.
Let me check in on the Senate race right now.
Rubio beating Demings.
Sorry, guys.
Florida as well.
You're at 0%. So
Georgia Governor
Tim Ryan and
Abrams
J.D.
is up
Vance
right now with
Ton to
early
talk
voting
about.
and some other voting
Let
with
me
Kemp
hop
trailing
down
behind,
to
but that's we still got the rest of the night to
because we're
go.
watching this. This is another really good example.
Georgia 2nd District,
So
West Wing over
statewide,
Bishop.
Rubio's just under 53%. Now watch this in a moment here. I haven't seen this in a couple minutes. So you're 57% of the
Paul and Young
vote
taking
in.
Indiana,
The
Kentucky.
governor's race here is, okay, so DeSantis at 54.4, back to the Senate. They seem to be running a lot closer than Georgia for sure, but about a point off right there in Florida statewide. But at the county level, this is one of these things that we've been watching, right? What's Miami-Dade going to do? Well, I mean, right now, they are going red in a significant way. This is a little more interesting than the rest of the state, only because Rubio's percentage is very close to where DeSantis is right now in Miami-Dade. So far, that is holding up in southeastern Florida. One state we haven't checked in on right now, that's the Senate race in North Carolina. Let's see what Ted Budd is doing against Jerry Beasley. Okay, so Ted Budd was a congressman. He left Congressional District 13, taking on Sherry Beasley. He used to be the head of the state Supreme Court. About a little more than 25 to 27% of the vote in. And Ted Budd is trailing Beasley. So let's see where the vote is now. Did you check this out? Because this is Mecklenburg County, that's Charlotte. We would expect Beasley to do well here. It's just a tick below 70% so far. But not quite half the vote reporting from that county. This is Raleigh here. This is Wake County.
Tied neck and neck with Gretchen Whitmore.
Almost 2-1.
Blake Masters is ahead of Mark Kelly in Arizona right now.
North Carolina, and we'll see how he does that.
On the generic ballot, Republican candidates are up 48.4% over Democratic candidates 42.7% overall there.
This is Ted Budd's old seat. Remember about an hour ago?
Arizona governor race, Kerry Lake is ahead of Katie Hobbs, who's run a horrible race and refuses to answer the question of where she is on abortion. Basically, you can get it up to when your kid's 28 and they haven't moved out yet, as far as Katie Hobbs is concerned.
Wiley Nickel, the Democrat, up against Bo Hines.
Biden approval strongly disapproves 52%. This is why you haven't been seeing him on the road much at all, because he's a death sentence politically to anyone that shows up.
In North Carolina. So
let's go over the governor's, Georgia governor ballot. Brian Kemp, overall, Trafalgar finding him 52.6% to Stacey Abrams, the once and future president of the United Federation of Planets, and the ever-future governor of Georgia, because she showed up on an episode of Star Trek and she was the president of Earth. As just ridiculous leftist idiots putting her on there. And she thinks she lost the first governor's race in Georgia, and now I'm sure she's going to be upset when she loses the second one. But overall, they show Brian Kemp winning it, even though the initial early votes show Stacey Abrams ahead.
Similar Congressional District 7, right? This is
so you can see some of this here.
running against Yesli Vega. Again, it's still too early here. Different part of the state, but this was a part of Virginia that Youngkin swung by 13 points. 12 months now we're talking about. You know, Biden goes in, takes it by 6 in this area. Youngkin flips it the other way to 7 points in a different direction now. And it's a whole different ball game. Republicans
so
believe
Vega being
in this part of Virginia.
Spanberger,
Remember
Virginia.
what they said from the beginning. This is your bellwether for majority in the House.
Let's go over
this is the question about whether or not there's a red wave.
Politics.
And this is the question as to how high that wave could or could not be. It's early.
And
it's early.
damn it.
Hey, Brett, what about these governors
little
that are
quick,
winning with big spreads? The wine we call with, very little.
And
yes, and it affects the Senate races.
So
Georgia, for
this
example,
is an update, all right? So
Kemp,
Georgia
he's
Senate,
gonna
Walker
win,
versus Warnock. Walker's up 2.
Pretty
Kemp is up
confident
plus
about
5
that.
against
Will he win
Abrams.
and pull Herschel
Walker and
over?
Warnock, another
Herschel Walker's running
TV
behind
station.
him.
They're going to show you multiple
All
ones.
information they
Agencies
have.
kind of following this. Walker
So
up plus
these
1.
governor
Kemp up
races
plus 6.
count
Walker
as
up plus
themselves,
3.
but
Kemp
they're-
up plus
they're
9.
also in some
A
places
tie
critical to the
from
fortunes of some of these
East
other
Carolina
candidates.
University. This could be a voting district, or is it
It's
a...
very popular, very popular. More and more prominent.
ECU, Center for
They want to
Survey
keep him
Research.
running.
Okay, so this is probably a left-wing shitbag
He
fucking
declined to do it,
site,
stay where he is,
which is going to tell you
and we end
whatever
up
works
with
best for
Bolden,
them. So the
who
East
is, by the
Carolina
way,
University
among-
group is saying
one
it's
among
a
several
dead heat.
of these candidates who are the Trump
Again,
candidates.
Kemp plus 7,
And
Walker
how they
plus
do
1,
will have
Kemp
an
plus
effect on
9.
Go for
Masters, we go over here to Arizona. Masters versus Kelly. Masters up plus 1. Kerry Lake up plus 4 over Hobbs in governor, the Arizona governor race. We got multiple races going, and the Senate and House are obviously very important, but so are the governorships. They're really important, helping to turn these states red. So again, another poll saying Masters up plus 1, Lake up plus 4. In Wisconsin, which is a Democratic, was stronger Democratic. Johnson plus 6 over Barnes. Another one's got Michelle's plus 2 over Evers in the governor's race for Wisconsin. So we're winning in Wisconsin Senate and governor.
What happens tonight and how it could impact the markets tomorrow and in
Nevada
the days
Senate,
after that.
Laxalt up plus 2 over Masto in Nevada. For the governor's race, Lombardo up plus 2. So we got commercials over here for this, so we're going to go away from that for right now. Let that go. Come back over here. All right, so you're seeing this. It's a lot of red on that board. Okay, New Hampshire, which is just silly to me that a freedom state is going red. The only thing I can think of is the transplants, because I've seen people on some of the Facebook sites complaining about this. The transplants from Massachusetts to New Hampshire that are just like very slowly bringing their stupid politics with them. Like, you left Massachusetts because it's a Democratic shithole, and you're going to take your Democratic politics, bring it with you to New Hampshire and fuck New Hampshire up. It makes no sense to me. But in the Senate, Bolduc Hassan is up plus 2 over Bolduc. Sununu is plus 12. Now, you're going to see in the polls right now that Sununu's behind, and you saw that it wasn't Masters, it was behind in the polls, so I haven't gotten to see the most recent ones. But you saw in the Georgia poll that Stacey Abrams was up, and it shows Kemp taking it. So you're seeing that early voting. You're seeing the Democrats that hide in their homes with their masks on, and they put their little letter in the mail, and they go back to hiding under their bed again. And so that's the early voting that you're seeing, and I'm hoping we get it out of the way this time, and you see real physical people who aren't afraid showing up at the polls and voting for freedom for the country. So here's another one here. New Hampshire Senate, Bolduc has got Hassan plus 3 again. And then J.D. Vance up in Ohio. This is great in the Senate. We need Ohio. It's a battleground state. Ohio is a big deal getting that. We've got Vance plus 10 over Ryan. Ohio governor, we've got DeWine plus 24 over Whaley. That's a big deal taking it in Ohio. Again, another place reporting Vance plus 10. That's pretty steady, plus 10 over there. Marco Rubio in Florida is plus 12 over Demings. you can be pretty confident that the Republicans are taking it. Christ and these other idiots think that they're beating DeSantis and Marco Rubio, and I just like whatever drugs they're taking, because I'd like to feel that way as well. DeSantis plus 15 over Christ. We've got Bud plus 6 over Beasley in North Carolina Senate. And the Oregon governor's race, we were hoping that was going to go in some of the Republican. They were running a tight race for Republicans. Oregon, another Democrat shithole that's been fucked up for ages. I mean, when they're setting up Chaz and Chop zones and screwing your businesses up and harassing and targeting businesses with Antifa, who in their right mind wants a Democrat to stay in power? But this is that crazy voting that I just can't figure out. That voters that are Democrat, you like the same that you're getting right now? You like your kids being trans? Do you like a needle being put in your arm? You like being dragged out of your car? You like being pushed onto subway tracks? You like being raped or attacked as you walk down the street? It makes no sense to me why people are so pig-headedly Democratic that you would keep voting it despite where we are right now. It isn't Biden by himself that's doing this. He's got a House and a Senate majority of Democrats right now that are all supporting him in everything that he does. It's not Biden by himself. Some of this voting is a referendum on Biden, but it's also your local and Senate and statewide leadership. All of these assholes have been fucking up. You're not paying attention to it. And they are supporting everything that he's doing. If all the Democrats in your local leadership and your Senate leadership turned around and said, Biden, you're out of your mind. The Green New Deal, setting up injection sites for druggies to do drugs, you're all out of your mind. Then you could say, my leadership is really good. It's at the presidential level that is really bad. All right? You can't say that because all of these people have supported Biden and have supported what's happening to this country. So it just boggles my mind. If somebody wants to go into the comment section and explain to me that, is this like a lesser of two evil thing? Like, the Republicans are super, super evil bad. So the Democrats are only slightly evil, dumb, bad. And we're going to go with them. It makes no fucking sense to me. If you're getting punched in the face and kicked in the nuts, get rid of the kick in the nuts at the bare minimum. And just take the punch in the face. And then kind of work your way to a better situation from there. Don't say, you know what? The punch in the face can get a lot worse. I'm going to stay with the kick in the nuts because I'm smart, you fucking idiots. All right, so Colorado governor, we've got Polis up plus 12 in Colorado. But everyone in Colorado is high. They're all on drugs because they legalized everything. So it doesn't surprise me at all that they don't want a Republican. Because Republicans are going to come in and say, maybe we shouldn't legalize heroin and cocaine. I'm just saying. So, of course, that's not going well. Maine governor, they're all idiots surrounded by moose. They're out in the woods. They have no idea, I think, that there's even another country out here. They probably think it's just Maine and then the rest is ocean. But you've got Mills up plus 8 over at LePage at a 44, 52 to 44 Mills. And Maine's first district, same thing. Pingree plus 19. New Hampshire, again, Pappas plus 1 over Leavitt. And Custer plus 8 over Burns. So that's some of the real clear politics right there. We also went over Trafalgar. I don't know where that disappeared to. That's awfully fucking convenient. Okay, here we go. So Trafalgar. And we got updates from these. I can always kind of zoom in on it a little bit more. Here you go. Here's your Nevada governor race. Lombardo is... And this is not where the voting is right now. This is where they think the end result is going to be, right? I'll have to get you live results, and I'm going to be watching that as everything goes. I've got Daily Wire going. I got Louder with Crowder going. I'm trying to follow Fox on the computer. So there's a lot going there. So... that's a new Nevada's governor race, Nevada Senate race. So you got Adam Laxalt winning it and taking the lead over Cortez Masto, and then you got the other poor bastards that always come in and run like, I want a term, and they never do. Even though this has other people, it's a two-party system, whether you like it or you hate it. So you got Tudor Dixon doing really well in Michigan, where under normal circuit, and the reason when you say, well, they're tied, Matt, so really it's not that great. Well, yes, when you think Michigan is again a Democratic stronghold, and you've got Dixon almost pretty much tying, even by a couple percentage points, beating Gretchen Whitmore, the Wicked Witch of the West. So that's a great thing to see over there as well. In the Arizona governor's lake, Kerry Lake, the governor's race, Kerry Lake, getting a fair lead over Katie Hobbs, the woman who wants to just allow abortion up to age 46. So, you know, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I wanted to give you all updates. I told you that I was gonna get on and I was gonna do another update, and I'm gonna wait for more information to kind of come in here. I'm gonna let this refresh right here. Fox has got everything coming up. We're not getting everything yet. You got North Carolina, Beasley and Budd, 56-41. Now, these are actual percentages of votes coming in currently. So you've got Democrats leading, and I think this is that early ballot voting is what you're seeing right now. Never mind the working class, not the ones that are hiding under their bed in their closet, but the working class who are getting out of work and they're voting. If they didn't vote in the morning, they're voting on the way home from work. Some polls are open till 8 or 9 p.m. Some are open till or even later to really give everyone a chance. You got Warnock and Walker. Warnock is ahead right now. The Democrats all have a lead. And you'll remember in 2020, it was the reverse, right? All of the Republicans were in the lead. And then this newly minted mail-in ballot bullshit happened. And then you fell asleep. You woke up in the morning, and very conveniently, the Democrats won by 1,000,000 points, or across the board. And you were going, huh? This all sounds like fucking bullshit. And between you and me, it's my opinion, it was. So now you're seeing a reverse. The early mail-in votes are coming in. You're seeing the Democrats ahead right now, and then you're going to see the resurge by the Republicans. So keep the faith, get out there, vote. This is important. If you still have to leave work and vote, if you haven't left the house yet and vote, get it done. We can start retaking the country right here, right now by winning these midterms. I'll jump on about 8:39 when I've got more comprehensive polls and we're really seeing some bigger numbers of what everything's happening. All right. So thanks everyone, and we're going to see you soon. This is the update for now.